Welcome, everybody, back to Scrumptious Unscripted. We're not dead! Hooray! I am Kat, and with me is the hangman Pappy. And
I've got my special tie on for today.
I know, he's going to be interviewing me because I had the opportunity to go to FanExpo in Toronto over Labor Day weekend, which is where I picked up a significant amount of this new swag behind me.
Because apparently, if you're allowed to go to Canada, they are so nice they just give you free shit before you leave.
Yeah, they give you press passes and free shit abound. It's wonderful. Like
They're
10
so
out of 10.
trusting, those Canadians.
They're super nice. I ate all the poutine. All the poutine.
Well, thanks. I've always wanted to try some, but I guess now they're out.
Yep, there's no more poutine left in Canada because I consumed it all. But I digress. If you don't know what Fan Expo is, it is formerly known as Comic Con North. It is a 4-day awesome sauce experience in the heart of Toronto, of which the good Sir Pappy, who is waiting to get his swag, will ask me all sorts of questions about it, so I stay on topic.
Yes, it's not so much asking questions. I don't have any prepared interview questions, but my co-host here is a togger. So I'm just here to kind of steer the ship to shore instead of going straight to, Panama. We were supposed to go to Miami. How are we in Panama? What did you do?
I don't know, I was talking to the GPS because it had that soothing Pierce Brosnan voice, and we ended up in Panama. It's okay.
This is just how it happens, folks.
Yeah.
So we are going to dedicate about 20 minutes a day. We'll smoosh Thursday and Friday because Thursday at every convention for anyone who hasn't been to one is kind of the I'm here now. Let me get my bearings. Go to maybe a panel, check into my room, and pass the fuck out.
Well, Thursday consisted of us getting amply lost on the way into Toronto.
Also, that's day one as well.
Yeah, amply lost, and then there was plenty of stuff going on. We just got there so late that it really didn't quite work out.
So what did you manage to do on Thursday?
I managed to get a tweet back from Jadelle Ferland, who was one of my must-see people there that I unfortunately missed because she was one of the Thursday people.
That's a sign of a really big event when you get relatively well-known actors and actresses and they show up for 8 hours.
Yeah. She wasn't even 8 hours. I think doors opened at noon and closed at 5. So,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah. And noon was only if you had the lovely premium pass. If you
So if
were
you didn't have that, even if you showed up at noon, you were SOL.
you were SOL until 2 o'clock, yeah.
Wow.
So that kind of sucked, but on the flip side, we did get to go explore a little bit of Toronto around our hotel, where I found where they keep the urban polar bears that they hide underneath the city. Totally legit, not made up at all.
So instead of sewer rats, they have polar bears.
Yes.
Remind me not to piss off Toronto.
It, like I said, totally legit. This is
Because you
in
saw
no
that,
way
that,
fabricated information.
that picture going around right now of the sewer rat dragging a piece of pizza in New York. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Well, so it's gone a little viral, oh my God, New York pizza rat is what they're calling it. So now I'm just imagining if a rat's dragging a piece of pizza, which is twice its size, what the hell are the polar bears dragging down home?
I'm not allowed to talk about it. I had to sign a waiver upon re-entry to the
uh,
states that I would not
gotcha.
really discuss the urban
Maybe
polar
that's how
bear
you keep
problem.
the moose population down.
I don't know. There were so many handsome moose statues around in tuxedos. I'll put the pictures up. I have pictures to support this.
That's good
I'll put
because
them
now
somewhere like over here near Hello Kitty.
tuxedo moose.
Yes, he was very dapper. I was sad to leave. I feel him and I had a genuine connection.
So you didn't really do much on Thursday other than find the room, get lost a little more, or did you manage to
It,
make it to a panel or anything?
we did not get to any panels. I managed to get my badge, and then, like I said, find out that I had missed Jojelle Furland, who, if you don't know who she is by name, which I'm not surprised if you don't, she played the little girl, or Alyssa from, or no, it wasn't Alyssa. Yes, it was. Anyway, the creepy dark-haired girl from Silent Hill. That's who she played, and she's 20 now. She's all grown up, and she's so nice.
And that reminds us of how old Silent Hill is. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna get into all the throwing numbers
Yeah, the
around.
age thing. So Friday morning then,
So
when you woke
Friday
up,
morning, we hit the con, and I was pretty much immediately greeted by the fact it was like, oh, they have a sci-fi speed dating. I'm totally doing this, and I brought my fedora. I'm prepared.
which I did ask you the over/under for how many people were going to be wearing a fedora at this event, and your answer did surprise me.
Yeah, I saw one other girl in a fedora. That was it.
No guys.
No guys.
So it looks like we successfully teased it out of the mainstream.
That I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I find these terms acceptable.
And I wear the old cab driver hat, so hopefully that won't become a thing because I don't want to get made fun of on the 2 or 3 times a year I wear it in public.
No, I think you're good. But yeah, Friday, my one must go to for Friday was the Scream reunion panel. And I was very happy they didn't cancel it. But as some may or may not know, Wes Craven passed away. I think it was 4 days
Yeah,
before the
it was the week
convention.
before. Yeah. Or the week of, you could say.
Yeah, so I was a little kind of questionable as to how they were going to handle that, if they were going to cancel it. They didn't, and I have to say, like, hats off to Ward and Al, who are radio hosts up there in Canada, who hosted the panel, and they really, like, they touched on it right away, like, introduced everybody, and they're like, so, we want to talk about this now, get it out in the open, and kind of, move forward from there with that in mind. Not necessarily like, okay, we talked about it, now let's talk about everything else, because you
Yeah.
really can't talk about that movie or that series without bringing him up.
You have to address the elephant in the room, basically.
Yeah. And I
Which is,
hate to say it that way because I really do have a lot of love for Wes, so.
yeah, but that's what it is, though. And I can appreciate that, too, because I don't think he would have wanted them to cancel it on his behalf, you know. Eh, He just strikes me as the kind of guy who's like, no, I do my stuff for the fans. Don't
we,
disappoint them.
we have the train coming through. Womp.
Oh, I thought that was just me.
No, that's the train coming through.
It's another nice thing about living on the West Coast. Ain't no trains.
Yeah,
They're
no,
somewhere, but they're somewhere way
they're
out.
somewhere way out there. The train is actually early. What the hell? I thought we had ample time to like get this through without the train coming through, but
Welcome to the train cast. Choo choo,
yeah.
motherfuckers.
So anyway, I'll try and edit as much of that out as I can, and it's still going. So
Yeah, I mean, just press on. It's really not that loud to anyone
okay.
but you.
To anyone but me who's sitting right here listening to it. Okay, well, I apologize for the train in the background if that upsets anybody. But yes, they addressed Wes passing very well, and it was a fun panel, and it was funny too because unlike Comic-Con San Diego, they don't get like the full cast for
This is more
stuff.
the people who want to come, right?
Exactly. So it was Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, and then the gentleman who did the voice for Ghostface.
Okay. So has Nev Campbell aged at all since the movie?
No, she looks amazing. So does Skeet Ulrich. I was just like, and this is where numbers come in because they're like, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Scream. And I'm just like, shit.
Yeah.
Can we not throw numbers around? And of course,
What's
everybody who did Q&A is like, so I didn't see that movie when it came out because I wasn't born yet. Just like, get the
so?
fuck out.
We're celebrating the I was 14 when this came out and saw it a year or two later. Can I have my
Yeah,
childhood back?
right? Oh, it's even worse for me because I saw it the year after it came out, so.
Yeah, today has been a day of discussing things that make me feel old. We at work, we were commenting on Disney movies and how I pointed out all the ones I'd seen in the theaters. Then I realized that two of my coworkers weren't born when The Lion King
Right?
came
The
out.
Lion King came up in a discussion. Some of my relatives from Louisiana were up, and they were like, "Oh, I remember taking you and your cousin Stephanie to see The Lion King in theaters, and you were so excited about it." And like, yeah, I remember that too.
And welcome to the welcome to the Fan Expo experience, where now we're old.
Yeah, seriously. Bitch, you old. What are you doing here? You old. No, actually, Fan Expo, it caters to a broad
Oh, as you're
age
definitely going to get
demographic.
into, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we'll save speed dating for the end of Friday. What else did you do in between?
In between, vacation con, so I only networked 75% of the time. I met a lot of cool people. I met a lot of cool vendors. I think my favorite from Friday actually was bumping into Booker T. That was really fun. Again, if you don't know who that is, he was a predominant wrestler in the
90s.
90s.
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, and he's such a sweetheart and like super tall and huge, which was such a stark contrast because I watched Mike Tyson and his entourage go by, and I'm in heels taller than Mike Tyson, and I'm not very tall.
But his arms are a little bigger than you.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit though, you know. Oh.
Well, it's always good to know that the guests at these events are actually friendly to fans. There's nothing worse than getting to meet your idol and find out that he's kind of a douche-tard.
Yeah, no, everybody that I bumped into, celebrity wise or just, popular people wise, they were all just super happy to be there and meeting people, whether that was a front or not. If it was, like, they put on
Good
a great
job.
game face, yeah. But yeah, no, Booker T, I just, was talking to him and reminiscing about my favorite fight he was in, which was him and Stone Cold Steve Austin tearing up a grocery store.
Again, showing our age, people.
Yeah, a little bit, but he was like, "Oh, that was so much fun," and he was like, "Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Come give me a hug."
All right, well, then let's get to the speed dating because some of that was pretty darn funny, and I'm sure the audience would love to hear a few tales,
Yes.
like the
So,
next guy, as I'm going to refer to him now.
yeah, next,
Next.
next. You're done, son. Um, So, firstly, I had met a guy during the day who actually recognized me from the podcast here, which was like a total cool moment for me because it was like, oh, you know who I am. I feel so special. Um,
Thanks.
and
Don't take this story personally, but it's funny.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not bashing you, and actually, like, I talked to him for a good 15 minutes or so at the convention. But what he said to me it's like, oh my gosh, so nice to meet you. Love your podcast. You guys are so funny. Ba da da. You and your husband are so great together. I went, excuse me?
Yeah, I live in Vegas. She does not.
And I do not live in Vegas.
Yeah.
I live in an area that would be much easier to find me, so we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
You live in an area with four seasons, so we'll point out that that's much farther away than Vegas.
yeah. Well, I think we can safely say that I am 3 time zones away from you.
Yeah.
Um,
She
so
lives in Portugal.
no, Portugal.
13 time zones.
Yeah,
I'm making
you're
shit up.
you're doing it wrong. You're adding so many numbers to that. Um,
But yeah, so he was a nice guy, obviously, if just, quite missed the mark a little bit.
yeah, just kind of got. I don't know if it was just the impression because you and I banter pretty easily. I don't know what
I do
the
want to point out
process.
to our audience that we are not married. We're both currently single people. The reason we get along so well is because we're not married.
Case in point, like hello, we don't like try to murder each other on live
Yeah.
internet.
And as somebody who has been married before, you don't podcast with the person you're married to. It's a pain in the butt.
So we'd probably get more views if we were trying to murder each other on the internet. I'm just saying. Anyway, I digress. So that gentleman was also then convinced to go to speed dating once he found out I was single and I was going to attend.
Where you then proceed to break his heart.
Little bit, yeah. So, oh, how to like say this so I'm not being mean? I don't think like I was mean in a
Let's just say
way.
that you both have very strong feelings about a particular show, and it turned out that they didn't meet eye to eye, and you responded with your usual witty slash a little bit mean
Little bit
response.
snarky
Yeah.
banter. Yeah, so this gentleman was dressed up as, I believe it was either Rob Stark or young Ned Stark. Um, anyway, he was in full cosplay, and yeah, so his turn in speed dating comes up, and he sits down and he's like, so as long as we can agree on three things, that Theon and Sansa are alive, and Jon Snow's not dead, and Brienne didn't kill Stannis. At which point I went, next, next, like, bye, Felicia. I got to go.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't quite pick up on it, that's pretty much this lady's, biggest ship of the ever.
Of the ever, and not in like a pervy way. I just loved me the scaly onion,
Yep.
which,
Who Stannis was directly responsible for ending.
yeah, spoilers if you didn't watch any of our other stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's on you
but that was
if you
the
did,
thing too, for somebody to recognize me from our show and
which
come
is
up
awesome.
to
Yeah,
me. Yeah, which was awesome. But it's like, did you really watch our show? Because if you did, you would know to never say that to me ever.
yeah. I could actually from here I could hear your heart breaking when
Right?
Stannis
The
burned his
cries
own
of
daughter.
like running mascara and like angsty rage.
I
Yeah.
heard a million souls cry out at once.
Seriously. That was really my reaction to it. But anyway, I
But
digress. So thanks everybody. That was Thursday and Friday, and thank you, Pappy, for keeping me on track. And tune in for part two, where we will discuss Saturday, which was pretty freaking sweet.
long.
A little bit longer, yeah, because I didn't get back to the hotel till 5:40 in the morning on Sunday.
Yeah, no.
So tune in to the next episode, and we'll see you there.